Welcome back to Culture Voice Reviews. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning on this video. Um, Given the person that we're covering, so thank you so much for being with us. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. So you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title of the video, you know who are we're covering. We're covering a video from Jim Cornette from a couple of weeks ago when he reviews the Brian Pillman Jr. or Lexis King promo on NXT. So, given who Jim Cornette is and the response that he gives off, that he gets from the internet, um, I thought I was going to have to start this video with a bunch of justifications as to why I am covering Jim Cornette, as to why I would like even. I want to cut that part out. But the only justification that I think is really necessary is that the fact that I genuinely like Jim Cornette and he has solid views on the wrestling business. So that's all. That's all that I need to justify. If anyone has any issues with Jim Cornette, please, that is between you and Jim. Keep it out of my comment section. Keep it off of this video. And yeah, let's just listen to this video. Let's just check it out and try to like learn something and educate ourselves. So anyways, without any further ado, let's get into this video as Jim Cornette reviews Lexis King's promo on NXT.
All right, I've got to. I'm going to go out of chronological order here because I want to put all the Braun Breaker in the same place. But I want to talk about the Brian Pillman Jr. package because a lot of people were talking about it on Twitter. They have taken him and twisted this from what the expectations were of a second generation wrestler, the Brian Pillman Jr. smiling baby face, and turned it completely around. I like it because it's not only is it a nice.
Yeah, let me just like add something there. I saw a bit of this on YouTube, and from what I've seen is like 100% better presentation than what he got when he was on AEW. I think on AEW, the only time he had any type of heat, any type of momentum was when he was just after the Dark Side of the Ring episode about his father, and they tried to do something with him with MJF, but they didn't really capitalize on it. They didn't become like a bigger star. He was just hot for that entire period where he was with MJF. But yeah, NXT, the NXT Brian Pillman Jr. Lexis King that we are seeing now is already far better, far better presented, far more intriguing than the smiling babyface Brian Pillman that we got the entire time on NXT on AEW. I mean, for the past three years.
Smiling baby face and turned it completely around. I like it because it's not only is it a nice little twist on what you would expect, but it's true. He was so young when Brian died that he didn't know his father. He didn't grow up being influenced by his father. He was raised by a stepfather, but they're doing the psychological thing where he doesn't want to be compared to his father. He's not that guy. He's his own man, and he looks single white female-ish like his fucking dad, right? That's the point. That it's going to be the psychological trauma of being pulled in both directions. He can't get out of the shadow of his father and escape him even though he wants to, but he's doing everything he can to look like him, but he changes his name to his real father figure's name, King. I don't know about Lexus. It sounds like one of the girls, though, doesn't it?
Someone told me he was after his sister. I don't know if that's true. Her name was Alexis.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But Lexis King sounds like one of the fucking girls.
It's not. That's my biggest problem with the whole thing. Even if you want to go down this road of him denouncing his father, if he's going to change his name, it has to be a good name.
Yeah.
Lexis King to me doesn't.
I don't mind the King. Not sure about the Lexus.
Okay.
Why not just drop?
Oh, on another point, shout out to Brian Last. Love that dude. Still waiting.
King, if that's the case.
that could have been a thing.
It'll be my thing.
Well, you keep your thing to yourself because, but anyway, I like the package, and I'm again, they could have portrayed Bryan as a wonderful, sympathetic babyface in AEW back a while back, and in that, kind of with the Dark Side episode and etc., and then that opportunity passed,
exactly.
and he was just floating. So now somebody's doing something with him, and in record time, by the way, to see whether he's going to get over or not, because he's not had a chance to this point to really do anything in any major place that would catch on. So he's got that.
Yeah, and AEW, who's just another guy running around on that show, it just so happens that his name was catchy because you remember his dad, but he was never really used in an effective way, and they certainly never capitalized on anything when they could. Quickly, WWE's done more, even though I'm not a fan of this name change, and mostly he was a babyface.
It's just to pick up on that point that WWE has done more. So it's how many stars have gone from AEW to WWE? You have Cody, you have Brian Pillman Jr., Lexis King now, and you have Jade Cargill. I love Jade Cargill's presentation so far because he hasn't done much, but he already looks like it's already been treated like such a star with just her appearances and how, like, I don't know. I don't want to be like overly critical of AEW, but they haven't done much to like capitalize on most of their superstars. Either they were stars before they came into AEW and they came with the same power. Your Kenny Omegas, your Bryan Danielsons, they were stars already, so there wasn't much work needed to be done on them. But the younger talent, they haven't been able to like create a star in a long while. Maybe Ricky Starks is the only one on AEW's entire roster that's starting just now to bubble, to gain more popularity and whatnot. But other than that, the only people on top are stars from Japan and stars from WWE that went over to AEW. They haven't been able to create a star or to capitalize on star power that came in.
So, bringing him in as a heel, maybe he'll tap into something we haven't seen yet with him.
And at the same time, again, you've got to have a chance. He was tag team partners with Griff Garrison. Poor fella. Looks like a fucking 6 foot tall Q-tip. And the Varsity Blondes. What? Because they looked like they were college age and Brian's father was a fucking college athlete. I mean, it was gaga. This is something you might be able to hook into. But
if I could just say one last thing, but again, what message are you sending to anyone in AEW who you're interested in when their contract's up? Between Jade Cargill, Cody Rhodes, now even Pillman Jr. Every single person, I mean, I'm trying to think of who would have been the opposite, who has come back from AEW, the OC, but that's a different kind of thing altogether. But everyone who's come from AEW, they've been treated much better here than AEW ever treated.
Well, it's kind of, they're probably seeing it now as, okay, we can be here in high school and at least we've got a job, but what we need to aspire to is go to college and learn how to do this shit for real. And that's what they're doing. Or in the case of Cody, who already knew, it's go to a place where I can actually do this shit for real.
Yeah, because if Cody had stayed with AEW, if him and Tony had been able to heal the issues and Cody had stayed there, he'd be miserable today.
Well, either that or he'd be on, the opposite side of a campaign by the Buckaroos because he was getting too big for his britches. And they'd have to punk him out of the company, so to speak.
CM Punk line.
So to speak.
Okay, so that's the video. So tell me, what do you think of the entire Lexis King situation? What do you think about his current presentation? What do you think about the presentation of Jade Cargill while we're at it, and the presentation of Cody Rhodes by at this point as well? I remember that Cody Rhodes a couple of years ago, they were throwing back his weight belt in AEW, and a couple of weeks ago, a child was legitimately crying when he got his weight belt in WWE. So yeah, um, please remember that the video that we checked out belongs to Jim Cornette. Please go and subscribe to Jim Cornette um, on YouTube and whatever other platforms he has. And yeah, thanks so much for tuning in on this video. See you all next time.